If you want to learn how to farm millions of loot with miners at Town Hall 10, then stay tuned because that's what we're covering today. Yo, what's up guys, it's Jay Smith here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today, we're covering one of my favorite farming strategies in the game, that is Queen Walk Miner. This is what the composition actually looks like. 5 healers, 23 miners, and 1 baby dragon. So there's 2 variations of this. This is the Queen Walk variation, and there's the other one, which is pretty much all you do is you take out the minion and 2 miners. And that allows you to bring 7 wall breakers, and that's going to allow you to do a queen charge into the base and actually get some more value with your queen. So there's 2 ways to do it. We'll be covering both today, but nonetheless, what we'll be doing is we will be covering 1 replay, and then we'll be doing live attacks for the rest of the video. So if you guys do enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Something I forgot to mention in the intro is that when it comes to clan castle troops, when you are farming, it is not necessary to bring them whatsoever, but if you do bring them, my preferred clan castle of choice is to bring a siege barracks and hogs inside them. So in this example, we will be using a siege barracks, but in the live attacks, we will not be using clan castle troops for most of the attacks. So let's get into it. So first step in this, and really my mindset for when the phase 1 of this attack, which is really the queen walk or the queen charge, is to just take out the clan castle so that way my miners can survive. So in this base, the clan castle is outside, so I'm just going to put a miner down and pull that out. And then I'm actually going to put my queen down at the top where I want her to funnel. So my idea for this is I wanted my queen to go from the top down to the bottom just because I could just destroy a lot of these defenses down here and and just wipe out this entire left side of the base, and then put the siege barracks on the right side, and then pretty much put my miners down in the middle and more or less destroy the base. This will make a lot more sense as we go through it. So I did make a mistake early on. When you're using your queen walk, you have a baby dragon with this composition. The baby dragon is what's going to help you more or less guide your queen where you want her to go. In this case, I put it down too late, so my queen does end up walking down the right side of the base, but it's no problem whatsoever. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, as the queen steps up and starts taking damage, I'm going to go ahead and put the healers behind her. And so she's going to start walking out the right side of the base. Going to go ahead and put a poison on the electro drag and rage up the queen. If your queen is lowish health, I recommend putting a rage on her, just because an electro drag more or less will take out the majority of your queen's health. So now that the clan castle is taken out, it is time for the next phase of the attack, and that is to put down the siege barracks. So the queen is going to wipe out the right side of the base as she walks down, and the siege barracks, what you want this to do is to more or less funnel this left side of the base. And as they start clearing out some of these defenses and buildings down here, this is just going to allow me to put my miners in a straight line at the top of the base to go into the base and actually go into the core. Because when you're using miners, you don't want them to walk outside on the edges or the borders of the base. You want them to destroy the core, because miners, similar to hogs, are much stronger when they're together, but if they get super split up, they're not that strong. So I use my king and the siege barracks to clear out the left side of the base, put the miners down and the hogs behind them. So you want to put the miners down first and then follow up with a couple hogs that you have. And so here, now it just comes down to using your spells. So I'm going to use a rage. I like to use a rage when there's high HP buildings or a lot of point defenses. And then I like to use my heals just whenever there's a lot of defenses. Whether there's a lot of point defenses, maybe they're fighting heroes, maybe there's multi-infernos. There's a lot of different scenarios that we'll be covering throughout this video. But more or less, you just need to use your spells as need be. Sometimes you may have to use a rage spell on your queen to get her to just stay alive because she's under a lot of fire. There's a lot of scenarios. So as you can see, the miners are pushing through the rest of this base, and the base is pretty much crippled at this point. It is going to be GG, and that's going to be 3 stars. So that's the basic fundamentals of how to use this attack. We'll be covering a lot more scenarios in the live attacks, so let's go ahead and get into that. Let's go ahead and do some live attacks and see what we can find. Something to take note of when you're doing these attacks is that this army composition isn't necessarily the cheapest, but it's really effective at getting not only 3 stars, but at just getting massive amounts of loot. So when doing this attack, I like to find bases with around 400k plus golden elixir, or maybe 3k plus dark elixir. And yes, I know I have max storages, so don't roast. But this is a solid base right here. It's a lot of loot, and let's go ahead and attack this base first. So first things first, I need to clear that clan castle. So I'm going to go ahead, put the queen right here, and the baby dragon over here, just to go ahead and help her funnel. I'm going to go ahead and put the healers down. When putting the healers down, you want to kind of put them down in a fashion that's going to kind of go in the direction of where your queen's going to go. So if you want your queen to walk down the right side of the base, you want to put your healers to the right of the queen, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and poison that, and then go ahead and rage the queen, because max hogs do a lot of damage. So you want to make sure you rage up the queen for that. And now that that's cleared, I'm going to go ahead and put the king down on the left side of the base. So like I said, I kind of just want the king to kind of create a funnel for the miners, just because I don't have a siege barracks for them. So as they are starting to clear out the base, I'm going to go ahead and drop the miners down, and they should start walking in. I'm going to go ahead and drop just 2 hogs on that. Hopefully it will stop that the air defense from just taking out my queen's healers. And let's go ahead and drop. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my first heal, just because there's a multi-inferno. With multi-infernos, you want to make sure you're extra proactive, because it could be absolutely lethal to your attack. They do a lot of damage, and so you want to make sure that you get those taken care of. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to heal up these miners down here. They're getting caught up on a lot of the skeleton traps, which is not a problem. It happens, and they will go ahead and go through this core. So they've been kind of stuck there for a while, but it's okay. That happens sometimes, and they're going to go ahead and start walking down. I'm going to go ahead and snipe a minion right there, just to go ahead and get them going. So they're going to get hit by a bomb. There's a lot of defenses down here at the end, and it's a little bit scary, but I'm confident we'll be able to make this out and no problem. So hopefully they can go ahead and get the rest of these defenses. Even if it's not 3 stars, I'm completely okay, because we've already got a massive amount of loot. Not too shabby at all. 671,000 gold, 432,000 elixir, and 7k dark elixir. Not bad at all for our first attack. Alrighty, for this next attack, we will be doing a queen charge version of this attack. So let's go ahead and see what we can find. Alrighty, I just found a whale of a base, 1,700,000 elixir and 7k dark elixir. It's a little bit sad that I do have max storages, but hey, you gotta do it, you know, you gotta hit the base. So definitely looks a little bit rushed for sure, but hey, that's not my problem. Our goal is to destroy this base. So need to be careful, because there is some single infernos here, but let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and use my baby dragon to go ahead and help funnel my queen to more or less the left side. And let's go ahead and put the healers down. Alright, that's gonna die. All good. I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 miner there just to help funnel my queen inside the base. And hopefully it's able to go ahead and destroy that building. Nice. So my queen should go inside here, and I should be in range of the clan castle as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my king down and get him to start funneling in. And let me go ahead and wall break in for the queen. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the miners in and get them rocking and rolling. So my queen is probably going to die on this attack, actually. Like, just because of the single inferno, and it's definitely going to take her out, but it's okay. It does happen. A lot of the miners will get picked up by the healers. So that's getting healed. Wanted to heal there because there's a bomb tower and the wizard tower really just hitting on the troops. And let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and drop another heal there. Get them back up to full health. Going to go ahead and drop a rage here, get them going through some of these buildings down here and some of these high HP structures. So this base is looking like it's under a ton of damage. It's absolutely crippled at this point, and this should be 3 stars, no question. Going to go ahead and rage at the king, help them start pushing through some of these last buildings, and this was pretty successful so far. So as they're going in, nice. So when it comes to using the queen charge strategy, it's important that ideally you'd bring like a free spell in the clan castle or something like that, just because the single infernos will put a halt into a queen charge. So it's something to be careful of, but nonetheless, that's an amazing base right there to hit. Over 1 million gold, 700k elixir, and 7k dark elixir. We're all ready to go. Let's go and do another attack, this time with the queen charge part 2, and see what we can hit and see what we can find here. Alright, we just found a pretty solid base, and for this one, I'm going to go ahead and attack with the queen charge from the top left. Reason being, I kind of want to stay away from these single infernos while still getting the clan castle taken care of. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that baby dragon down, and start the queen funnel down the base. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually get ready to go ahead and wall break her in, and go ahead and get that in there. So she is all set. I'm gonna go ahead and put just a single miner there, and hopefully go ahead and help the queen just funnel a little bit more. If you have clan castle troops, you can use your cane to go ahead and funnel, but in this instance, because I don't have clan castle troops, I just have to make do with my with just a miner or so. So queen is stepping up. All right, hopefully those wall breakers can get them in a little bit more. Oh, of course they go down. Alright, so queen is doing her thing over here. I'm going to go ahead and put the king down. Looks like there's nothing in the clan castle. And let's go ahead and get these miners up and going. And I'm just going to go ahead and wait a little bit just to make sure that these hogs actually go towards the center. I really want them to go ahead and take out this Inferno Tower as soon as possible, because it is always a menace. And I hate going against single infernos just because they just do a ton of damage for no reason, and they just scale so well, especially if you don't take care of them early. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another heal down here, just get some of these other miners taken care of. Gonna go ahead and drop that rage in the core there, just because there's a lot of those high HP buildings. And the scary thing about miners is you can never truly tell how well they're doing a lot of the time, because with structures, especially if they're a bit spread out, they can take them down really slow. So they're going through the base. This base is pretty much crushed. That one Inferno Tower has lasted absolutely forever. But nonetheless, this should be a GG in 3 stars. Solid base and a solid loot as well. So that is the 2 variations of this attack. I personally do the queen walk version more, but nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.